Chicago-based musician Makaya McCraven gave his But Is It Jazz debut presenting music from his groundbreaking album In the Moment, an album with a refreshing approach to improvised music.
My name is Makaya McCraven. I'm a drummer and producer living in Chicago. You know, for me, I feel like it's both a task and a natural thing to be a band leader. Having my own band and my own projects has always been an outlet for finding myself as an artist, you know, and I don't necessarily think that as a task as a drummer to be like, I'm a drummer leading a band rather than I'm a musician looking for my voice and looking for a place to express myself. So yeah, the process of making the record In the Moment was an improvised concept. But rather than just free improvisation, I was thinking about spontaneous composition. So the idea was to create a comfortable space for us to just play. And one of those things is we're not playing with headphones. We're all in the same room. We were playing in a kind of a lounge where there are people around, so there's the sound of the bar happening, and then start to piece things together using Ableton and different DJ techniques, you know, sampling, chopping, looping. Improvisation or spontaneous composition is composing in the moment, and if you're actually composing something on paper, you still need to go through an improvisatory process.
The opening set was provided by none other than guitar visionary Jean-Paul Bourelly, who teamed up with Far From Earth for a Cahoots collaboration, further exploring the fine arts of improvisation.
My name is Jean-Paul Bourelly. I'm a producer of various sounds and rhythms. One could say I play a pure form of rhythm and blues with a little otherness thrown in there. Some people call it improvisational music. Some people call it jazz, some people call it rock, some people call it noise. My approach to improvising music is early in my career, I just approached it in a very impulsive way. But over time, it became clear to me that, or let's say subconscious impulses, were somehow more interesting to me. So I've been trying to work with kind of subconscious impulses. If one can do that consciously, I don't know. My role as a musician is to, first of all, understand which responsibilities I am willing to take on as a musician. So on some level, yes, I've taken on idea of modernity. Improvisational music is great for that because you can produce all kind of thought patterns and algorithms and sonic aesthetics, which if you're true to it, it should produce an immediate moment, so people can understand something specifically special about coming to see you at that moment. Improvisational music is not one music. It's many, many different musics. And I think people are just confused by all of the inaccurate labels that are put on musics that revolve around improvisation. For instance, jazz is a very inaccurate label. It's like a big dustbin where you put everything that's based on improvisation. Of course, that breeds confusion. My improvisational music, if it's acting right, it should not tell you what to do. It should open you up to ways of interpreting things. It should open your creative muscle and say, oh, wow, That's why sometimes just a certain kind of noise, a certain kind of sound will do more than you hearing an organized tune. Because it will just jog you out of your norm and be like, okay, well, I interpret that noise this way, and your partner next to you will be like, no, well, I heard it like it was a volcano, and the other's like, no, that sounds like a sci-fi movie I heard. Well, all that means that creativity among the witnesses of that music has now been activated. Music, has the possibility, if you take that responsibility, to make the now a celebration, an excitement, a mystical new experience, You gotta have been in the room. If you were in the room, you got it. If you weren't, sorry. And that's cool, because that tension. These are some of the, advanced cats in the scene, and you see what they're into. But also to challenge them and say, let's get out of our presets. Let's allow something else to come in. Have faith in the moment. When somebody's actually throwing original ideas back at you, like, what are you gonna do now? Come on, man. Let's do something. Let's share. Even people who understand this as jazz will eventually understand that, okay, yes, jazz does have the possibility to have a new chapter.
That's a question for a whole interview. Whether I'd call it jazz or not. I mean, would you call it jazz is the question. I honestly think the question is the question I don't even want to deal with. Is it jazz? I don't know. It's music. Yes and no. If I put a beat under it, that's just because that's what I'm feeling in the moment. That's what I like. Not because I'm like trying to push down the boundaries of jazz, you know, whatever. There's too much history to bump into. There's nothing I'm doing hasn't been done before. You can't just get out of that question that smoothly. But I'm rooted in this tradition. I'm rooted from jazz music, you know, and I'm expanding into just my generation and what's happening. You know, I do believe that we must stand on the shoulders of the past to see the future. I don't believe in abandoning what happened before me. You know, I come from the legacy of jazz.
Yeah, you still with us? You still with us? Come on, you still with us? Give it up for the one and only Marquise Hill on the trumpet. My man Matt Gold on the guitar. It's a bad dude. Over there with all the sounds, Rob Clearfield. Give it up for Rob Clearfield. That's the one and only Junius Paul on the bass.